and little story. So, uh, I was working, right? I had this lady in my car. She's about maybe 50, 50, nah, 50's nothing, 60's nothing, maybe 68 and up. Had to be. Yeah, almost 70-year-old, if not older than that, so-called black woman. I don't want to call her African American because she was Jamaican, and I don't want to call her anything else. I already hate saying the word black, but I know that the Most High sent her to my car because the kind of conversation that we had. I always insert the Most High in the conversation. Pretty much no matter who get into my car, no matter what nation, I like to proclaim him amongst all people. And, kind of see where their head is. I like to fish the mind. I like to fish for information, shift for perspective to add value to my arsenal on why people think the way they think, why people do what they do. Shalom, Worm Nutty, what's going on, King? So, this lady was a Jamaican. As you guys know, Jamaica is of the same people as us over here in America. Likewise, the UK, likewise Haiti, some people in the Latin countries, South America, because slave ships went all over there. Dominican, I just seen black Cubans the other day, black Dominicans. I've had all kind of people in my Uber rides. And I love to have conversations with them. Like, we're really nationwide. So that's another reason you know that the Bible is real. We're literally all over the place. So, that's what. But we good. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying, my bro. Hey, man. Well, I'm early today. Just gotta share what just happened and how it bothered me. But give me 1 second so that I can get on here because I could barely see them comments. So let me get on this. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, don't forget to put the likes in the building, man. We're just gonna be having a conversation. If I gotta pull scripture, I'll pull scripture. But yeah, man. So yeah, Jamaican lady, and we started talking about God because I told her like, I just trust God because she was complaining about Jamaica. Her initial conversation, she was complaining about. She said that white people are like bad to her. They don't treat her right, or that they were evil or something like that. And it was just an interesting conversation because you guys know what we teach on this channel. We teach the biblical truth, and you installing cameras. That's a dope job, man. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm entertaining the conversation, trying to insert the Most High as I know him biblically, and then she started talking about our people, right? And she started talking about the Jamaicans and how it's poverty there and they kill each other. The government is corrupt. The politicians are corrupt. About how they look at Americans as being rich when they don't know how expensive our bills is. And when you take an American dollar and you go to Jamaica, it's worth so much more. So if you don't come there in abundance, giving them a bunch of money, they look at you like fresh meat. They want to rob you. So pretty much we started talking about that. And I'm like, I wanted to tell her like Jamaicans are Israelites and as well. And that's a part of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. But we never got there because, mind you, this is an elderly woman. She's in her 70s. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think that's funny that I noticed something on these videos. Every time I say the word Israelite and I look like how I look, people fall out. Like, this ain't even one of my popping live streams, but every time I say the word Israel and I look like this, people fall out. It'd be so funny, man. It'd be so funny. Worm Naughty said, I was in Jamaica last month. Corruption on high. They selling their own out to chinks and dot heads. Bro, ain't no way. So you got East Indians and Chinese folk capitalizing off of Jamaica? It's not the Europeans? I didn't know these things. So Yeah, her first conversation, she got in there talking about Mayan Mayans. Hmm. They own all the businesses. It's crazy. Oh wow, that's insane. Whoever in here, oh, you talking about the guy named Mayan? Mayan, bro. Why would I support Israel or Palestine? Do you see my heritage? I'm a descendant of the people of the Bible. All right. So is Worm Naughty. We are Israelites. But they didn't tell you that. Your family didn't teach you that, did they? That the so-called black people are the Israelites. Did they? Or did you leave the chat because you're scared of real conversation? See, this is what the focus of this topic is. So anybody watching this on the playback, if you don't want to hear the truth, you can just get on out of here too. Okay? So this is gonna be a good story. Now, let me finish these comments because my bro putting me on some information. So he said they own the hotels, the stores, the resorts, the buildings, the infrastructures, etc. Ain't no way. So the scriptures are real. The scriptures are really real because it literally says all nations conspired against us and they all profit off us. They all benefit off us. And we're a shaking of the head and a mocking to the countries. So you telling me not only Esau, but you got East India and you got Middle Easterns. Who did he say? You got East Indians and Asians, Chinese people, capitalizing off of Jamaica. That's crazy. So that's proof that they're having their part on exploiting the children of Israel too. That's crazy. Dang, that is crazy. I didn't even know that. He said exactly, Trail. I support neither, but I know who the villain of it all. Yes, the top villain is Esau. It always will be. He runs the world because China and them East Dot Indians, they gotta obey the white man, or they gonna get smoked like everybody else. Nobody really want war with the white man if you knew what was good for you on this earth, because the Most High set them up to be the beast that they is. Um, NU host said it's not the Europeans. LOL, sir. The last country in the world to abolish slavery, other than maybe China and North Korea, was Pakistan in 1992. Pakistan had slavery? Yeah, I got some research to do. As you guys know, if you've been subscribing to my channel, I know a whole lot, but I never said I know everything. So you just adding to look, you sharpening my sword. You know, these type of comments is sharpening my sword. Cause I do business with Pakistan. So tell me more. And then I'm gonna get to finishing the story. So yeah, I need some more information on that Pakistan. Pakistanians had slaves. Let me take a picture of that comment because that brother probably left. And then he said, so, LOL is the last country in the world to abolish slavery, other than maybe China and North. So China and North Korea, are you saying they had slaves as well? I need to look into China, North Korea, and Pakistan as far as slavery. But anyway, so Worm Naughty, that's pretty dope, bro. That you shared that with me though. So I'm talking about a Jamaican lady that I was talking to in my Uber today. She held me up longer than I wanted to, but I knew that the Most High wanted me to chat with her, right? And he didn't even necessarily want me to teach this woman because when it comes to older people, you guys got to realize we got to operate in wisdoms. They have 50 to 80 years thinking the same way that they think. You're not going to convince them anything at your age. I'm 27, okay? Most likely they're not going to listen to you. Now, you can attempt, but they are not going to listen to you. So we got to operate in wisdom. So Most High, what do you want me to do? Just sit here and listen? And I try to say certain things to challenge if they would be willing to listen. You got to operate in wisdom. So I realized I'm here to listen to this lady, not to obey what she's saying, but to just hear the intellect, study the mind, right? And so if you guys know anything about black people from Jamaica, Haiti, all over the world, the four corners of the earth, right? Including America, right? We were so-called slaves. Not so-called, what the hell I'm saying that for? We were slaves, okay? I believe we're still slaves in a different way, but when you come from being recent slaves, like we're recent slaves, like this was all just yesterday, okay? When you come from that kind of background, okay, and you're out of your own land and you're in the land of your enemies all over the world, and your prominent enemy had most of you, okay, split up amongst their brethren, right? Because we were in many European, so-called European founded countries, right? Working the tobacco fields, all of that. Europeans control Portugal, France, uh, France, Britain, and Spain. And I feel like I'm missing one. Portugal, France, Britain, and Spain. They own it all. Yeah, they own almost everything when it has to do with slaves, and that's why you see a lot of these places speaking these South American places. They either speak Portuguese, which is a category of Spanish as well. French. So France, Britain, Portugal, Spain. Yeah, okay. France, Portugal, Spain, Britain, and it's one more. I forgot. So my point is, uh, so yeah, my bad. That's a horrible comment. Let me get out the comments and just tell the story. So the lady, man, God bless her soul. She started talking, and I guess she see a young face. She's like, "Yeah, I got to teach this man about the Lord." I was telling her, like, "Listen, I go live every single day, not to be arrogant, just like, yeah, I do believe in God. You know, I love the Most High. You know." And I was trying to see where her brain was, and then she started spitting off all this religious rhetoric. And you guys know how I feel about Christianity and the way that they teach and the things that they believe. I could peep all the organized religion proceeding off of her lips. And when I tried to tell, I asked her certain trick questions, right? Not to trip her up, but to see where her mind was. She didn't really know the knowledge of the truth. And it reminds me about in the book of Daniel, uh, the Father told the angel of the Lord to tell Daniel to shut up the book and seal it until the end. And in the end days, and in the latter days, knowledge will increase. So this new generation, the younger crowd, right? We're not brainwashed. We're more free thinkers, mainly because we're in the age of information, and we're not really glued to the church house. Okay, some of us are, a lot of us are not. We just want the actual truth. Okay, a lot of our grandparents and parents fell victim to, and I say victim intentionally, they fell victim to religion. They fell victim to the false church, right? The whitewashing. Job chapter 9:24 says, "The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, and they cover the faces of the judges. If not, where is he and who is he?" Okay. We know that Satan's last chosen people is Esau, the so-called white man. And that's why they rule the entire earth. They own 90+% of the earth. Okay? And anybody else who's in rulership, like the Chinese and all these Middle Eastern countries, Dubai, they all shake hands and make deals behind the scenes. But guess who don't got a deal? Guess who don't got a seat in world power? The so-called Israelites. All right? The so-called Israelites. So Jamaica, this lady is Jamaican. She gets to telling me, I'm trying to remember as I speak. I wanted to go live immediately, but for some reason I couldn't. My phone has started acting weird. Let me see, and it's still acting weird. So I don't know what that's about, but yeah. So she started talking about how remember her first conversation was how white people were evil to her, but she started talking about the mark of the beast, right? Which I agreed with, and how, you know, they're gonna do this, they're gonna threaten your children, let them take your children before you take the mark of the beast, because you can't repent after you take it. That's it. So I'm like, okay, all right, she knows some stuff. She knows some stuff. She started talking about Israel, right? And you know me, so I'm like, okay. I wonder if she know who she is as a Jamaican. And I was telling her, okay, so who's Israel? She said those are the white people, the people who are over there at war right now. She said that's who Israel is. Black lady. All black people don't know that they're Israelite, y'all. And when I say black people, I'm talking about Negroes. Not every black skinned person is an Israelite. I'm talking about Negroes, descendants of slaves. And if you don't look like an Israelite, it's in your ancestry somewhere on your father's side. That's what I mean by that. But the lady, yeah, she just kept going on and on. And I'm asking her questions like, you sure that there are the white people up there? And then I just eventually just let her start talking. So the point of this video, man, is not to disrespect my the elderly of my people. It's the fact that the church has deceived people. There's no way in her wildest imagination that she could even imagine the Israelites looking like her. It's in her head that they're white, that Christ is white, everything is white. All right. It even got to the point where she was saying, yeah, and God, she knew the kingdom was on earth. Yeah, she knew all that. She's like, yeah, and Christ is gonna reign in Israel, right? But she was pointing it all to the people who are over there now. She didn't think of herself as an Israelite. She was like, yeah, that's his special people. Yeah, that's his special people because they were always taught. He said, bless her unlearned mind, bro. Seriously, like with no joke at all. Like, it's crazy. Because she had a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. The smile on her face as she was telling it, I'm like, damn, the devil is good. The devil is good. He got these people smiling, telling lies, and they don't even know they telling lies. And these are people that I think the Most High will have mercy on because they literally, how could they have known this? But they do love God because one thing she did say was she keep them commandments. But she couldn't explain any real revelations that I was trying to explain to her. It was the questions I was asking her because I knew better than to try to teach an old person. So it was the questions that I was asking her to provoke answers, if you get what I'm saying. That's like some psychology type stuff. I do a lot of that. And she was folding every time, like, and I'm like, and she wasn't like foggy brained at all. She was like usefully old. And I'm like, yeah, you just don't know what you're talking about. Because religion is like Swiss cheese. They got a lot of holes filled. See, the devil has to mix the truth with lies. He can't just outright lie to you or there will be nothing there. He has to fill the void, the emptiness with some truth. Truth has to be visible somewhat. But he gotta shoot out the holes to make it to put some leaven in there. And a little leaven leavens the whole lump. All right? You gotta mix truth with lies. Any of you deceivers out there, you want to be the best deceiver, you got to tell the truth a little bit and then you mix it with lies and they'll never know that you're lying to them. Don't try that at home. Because I definitely don't do that. I tell the straight truth. But the truth is suffocating because there ain't no room to breathe in that BS. Ain't no holes in the truth. It's just smack you right in the face. You know what I'm saying? It's the heaviest punch. But that good old deceivery, man. So she's telling the truth, and then she turn around and she off. She's talking, it sounds right, it sounds right. Then she quoting this, up, it's off. And I'm like, yeah, it's in there. It's in, no. You know, and I'm asking her questions like, okay, so, all right, you talking about Revelation 7? Oh, you talking about this? You talking about that? Yeah, but it's not that. It's not that. And then she was like, yeah, we. I said, so where do we come from? And I said, what do you mean by those people are God's chosen people? And I said, where do we come from as black people? Jamaica, like, she was like, well, she started looking up at the sky. She don't know where the hell we from. She said, we're from Adam. Every damn body came from Adam. What you talking about? Then she was like, yeah, we're from Adam. But all people. I said, but you just told me that the Israelites were God's special people. What do you mean by special? She said, well, they're not special, but God really loves them. And I said, well, what do you mean by he really loves them? She said, I mean, he will more so defend them before he defends one of us. And I said, okay, but he will defend one of us, right? She said, well, yeah, he will defend one. I said, so what's the difference of being an Israelite and not being an Israelite? Well, they're his covenant people. God is not a covenant breaker. He's about his covenants. It's like, and I kept asking questions. I'm like, okay, so then why did the scripture say, doesn't it say something like he loved Jacob and hated Esau? Well, yeah, that's because Esau did this, he wanted his revenge and he just started going off. And then I said, okay, I hear you. And then I said, so since Jacob was the chosen line, what about Esau now? Because she said, yeah, Esau stole his birthright. Poor Esau. Poor Esau was so hungry. I said, okay. She said, but Esau is still Israel. She said that they're the same. They're all the bloodline of Israel. She even called Isaac the bloodline of Israel. She even called Abraham the bloodline of Israel. Now, we know that Israel is the descendants of Jacob because Jacob's name was turned to Israel. Okay? Now, technically, there would be no Jacob if it wasn't to Isaac, and there would be no Isaac if it wasn't for Abraham. So we understand that that lineage came from Abraham and Isaac, but Abraham was not an Israelite, and Isaac was not an Israelite. Jacob, okay, wasn't even really an Israelite. His sons were the Israelites named after him and all of his descendants. You find that in Isaiah 44 and 45. Whoever's posting that, you need to just post it. I'm not going to go look at it. So post what you got to say. Anyway, so the lady, man, she's just all over the place, man. She's from the east to the west, north, south. I'm like, bro. At this point, I'm like, okay. I'm just learning how deceived our people really is. Because I really rather go now. Because I feel like I'm not learning nothing. The Lord is like, no, just keep hearing it out. Keep asking her questions. So we just getting all over the place. Like she talking about the rapture and this and that and the other. I said, I don't believe in the rapture. I believe in the gathering of the saints, from the four corners of the earth. That went over her head too. So it was just a lot of stuff. And then she said all of them is white. She said Israel is white. She said Ishmael, the war that's going on now is Ishmael versus the real Israelites over there in the land right now. And I'm like, bro, I wanted to tell her so bad, those are not his people. But she kept, every time I would say something, she'll talk instantly. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not finna go to war with an old lady. So bless your heart. I hope you keep the commandments. And I hope he has grace on you. Because the scriptures talk about, the knowledge being shut up to the end time. So she can't help it that she don't know no better. Our slave masters conditioned us. Yeah, rapture is definitely false doctrine. He said, y'all not checking out. All living will experience the tribulation. That's right. Yep. We just gonna be saved out of the super dark tribulation. His elect, because it says Jacob's trouble, but Jacob shall be saved from it. That's what it says. But that's a whole nother lesson, man. But we will be tested with them to see if we're going to take the mark. We will go through stuff. We will have our tribulation. We will have all that. All right. But yeah. Yeah, guys, it was just interesting. And I got so upset. Like, if I would have did a video right after, y'all would have had a whole different level of energy. But I didn't really get no sleep because I was up late last night. I was live streaming. I had a good time on last night's live stream. That was pretty fun, man. Thank y'all who showed up. I'm paying for it, but it is what it is. We labor in this truth every day. Y'all willing. I was not gonna go live this early, but this conversation kind of made me angry because I'm like, see, this is why my job is necessary to go live every day, because we have Christendom flooding the streets. You got people's grannies teaching false doctrine because they were taught false doctrine. They teaching their kids. Now people's mamas, all they know is the folly. And now the kids speaking folly. And they believe it's so true because they were trained this way. No, mama said. No, granny said. No, my mama and my granny. See, they were supposed to teach you, but they were supposed to teach you in the word. So what the devil do? He get word, but he flood it. He water it down. He twist it. He poke holes in it so that you can say, oh, I read something like that, and he gives you the demonic understanding. But when you hear a brother like me or other illuminated brothers speak the truth, the full truth, you're offended. Okay? You're offended. That's right. Traditionalists, commandments of men, doctrines of devils. So it's just sad, man. I just don't like it. I hate it, and I wish I could tell that lady who she was, but she'll find out later. And I don't wish nothing bad on her. I believe that it's a time where God winks at our ignorance. I believe we are responsible for how we act with what we know. Because if she don't know, she don't know. But for what she does know, I could tell she has zeal. I could tell she's doing her best. And I'm going to let the Most High be the judge for her and every other person like her. Because a lot of people before this generation had no idea what was going on. All right? but a lot of evil has happened on the earth when it comes to religion, when it comes to all these subcategories of Christianity, when it comes to all of this stuff. You know, a lot of evil has happened in the world that people just want to forget about, you know, until it's time to brag about it, until it's time to snicker jokes in class, until it's time to have secret group chats, secret rallies, secret meetings. Yeah, it's cool to brag on it then, but to talk about it openly, the atrocities that happen in this country, the atrocities that happen over the last 500, 600 years, even way before then, it's a shame to speak that in the public. You will get ridiculed, and people will not like you, even your own people. What that you need? That's taboo. You need to put that back in the closet. We've been stuffed that away. Yeah, cause your master told you to stuff it away and not to talk about it. Yeah, I beat you up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Come on now. You done got treated like dog, like cow manure. You know what I'm saying? For eons. And then they done trained you up, got you thinking that everything that's good, they're the top of it. He said, maybe you should get cards with your YouTube channel. I got half on it, man. I do appreciate that, Worm Naughty. I'm gonna keep that into consideration, just to hand it out. Like, hey, here you go. Because normally what I do, I just pull it up on my phone and I show them after having a conversation with them. But yeah, that YouTube stuff, yeah, that's pretty good, man. Some people do need that reminder, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that, man. You got to remind me another day, cause I could do that on what's that card place? Uh, when I had the cleaning company, it's one of those websites you could just order a bunch of cards. Somebody said, "Why aren't you at work?" I'm telling a story about when I was at work. Oh man, bro, Worm Naughty said, "Why you not minding your business, bro? Y'all are hilarious, bro." Facts. Pope is working on a one world religion. Yeah, Pope is horrible. Why do you say I need a job when I told you that I'm telling a story, okay, while I was at work? And Worm Naughty is at work now. So that ain't even none of your business, actually. But, you know, so you go get a job. Why are you not at work? Why are you under my video? He said, get a job. It's Monday. Yeah, most people are at work. That's why nobody's on this live stream. I'm going back to work. I just have to tell this story. Now, why I got to be a broke fool? Apologize. Apologize, senor. Senor Bungle. Apologize. Estoy trabajando. ¿Qué? Cállate la boca. Estoy a trabajar. He said, I'm at work. What you talking about? Yeah, that's right, Justin. Tell him to calm down. Ven aquí, puto. Estoy a trabajar, cabrón. Estoy trabajando. Gracias, que tenga un buen día. Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, yeah, y'all. So it's a lot of stuff going on around the world. I just like to teach controversial topics and tell the truth, man. Um, bro, I would love to chill with y'all. Y'all know I love, bro. This is my purpose. Speaking truth. He said whatever Trail said. I told him to get to work. I said, I'm working. Get to work. You get to work. Like, what you doing? I'm working. And I called him some things. I ain't gonna lie. And then I told him, all right, thank you. Have a good day. Because I knew he left. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Small little group chat we had today. But Yeah, dude, this is my purpose, man. We go live every single day. All right, every single day. It's a beautiful thing. Um, you guys know I've never been scared to teach any topic that makes anybody uncomfortable because the Most High made me uncomfortable on all the topics I teach. Before I accepted them, I was uncomfortable, and I'm like, dang, God. But I forgot who I was dealing with. The Lord, his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways, and we have to submit to what his righteousness is, what his judgment is, what he says has to happen. Isaiah 55:11. So let's always remember that, man. Uh, Worm Naughty, man. Yeah, I need some information on what that guy said about uh no, you said China and Jamaica, Chinese and East Indians. So I'm gonna take a picture of that. And the other guy said China, North Korea, and Pakistan were the last to abolish slavery. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that stuff out. But hey, man, it's your boy Trail. I gotta get up out of here, man. I do